Hi and welcome to my very awkward intro. My name is Susan/Bambi and this is Bambis Rambles. Okay. I didn't want to make this video. Listen to me acting like one of those problematic YouTubers that pretends they hate beef but secretly love it. No, I didn't want to make this video. But I've had situations in my life where, a lot of situations in my life, where people have perceived me in the wrong way, taken my kindness for weakness, my vulnerability for weakness, and that they perceive that I'm some sort of, pushover or something. And I see what I want to see and I'm easily fooled. Now, got the wrong girl over here, my friends, the wrong girl, because that is not me, okay? I see kindness in everybody, and I see what I see, and I can say it without, shredding you with my tongue, because that is not how I want to be. I know it is possible within myself, but that is not who I want to be. Now, I have been sitting on this for the past 3 days. 3 to 4 days, and I have not said anything. I have spoken to friends and family about this situation, and every time they've kind of talked me off, and I've kind of got to a point now where it's like, okay, if this was something that I could really push past and leave it alone, then I probably would have got over it at this point. But it's not. And it's something I really think that I have to talk about. And whether that makes me lose subscribers. I've come on YouTube to learn different things, okay? Which might sound bizarre. But I'm trying to learn things, even though, like interactions and things like that, even though I don't feel safe to leave my home. We've established this. Like, it's a fucking thing I've said 20 times. And one thing that I have struggled with in my life is people taking me the wrong way. And because I don't want to go upside someone's head and be aggressive in any sense of the word, because I know that is not healthy and it does not help the situation, sometimes I let it go. And people think that they win. And I've most of the time been pretty fine with people winning. Yeah? Because I just don't give a fuck, really. But I feel like if I have to learn something and I have to change in some sort of way right now, it's a kind of like I want to let people know that, yeah, you've perceived me some sort of way because I cried on the internet and I talk about trolls and shit like that, but that's just me. This fucking fly wants to make a cameo again, like yesterday's video. That's just me, yeah? But I'm going to get to the meat and potatoes of this video. When I made the Tyra and, Tyra and Brit video, 99% of you with a brain could see that I was not on anyone's side. I was just like, one's smarter than the other, because one hides it better than the other, but you're both bullies, and you're both being dickheads, and you're both not getting your point across. Okay? That was it. Now, I still stand by that. I have made it obvious that I can appreciate Tyra, because it seemed as though she took some of my criticism the right way. I did enjoy some of her content. But we've never had a friendship. I don't have friends. I have like 1 or 2 in my entire life. But when she started making videos about me and those sorts of things, at the beginning, that was fine. You go on a public platform, people are going to talk about you. That's fine. But there comes a point where if you read between the lines, which I'm guessing some people don't, which is not a dig at anybody, just so you know. It's just letting you know that some people might not be reading through the lines. I'm going to tell you what's between the lines. Now, this is the thing. I don't want to come across as nasty. I don't want to come across as I'm dismissing any sort of subscriber that has come my way due to her content about me or her putting me on her channel and things like that, because I'm completely appreciative of that. But can we just take a step back and say that no matter what someone does for you, if they do something wrong to you, you are allowed to stick up for yourself, okay? And, you know, again, I've always said that some things aren't fucking worth it. Some things don't bother me that much. Some things don't irritate me as much. But I had a situation with a girl that lived across the road from me. And due to that situation that I let slide, I let that slide to the point where I gave up my business. And this girl lived across the road from me. We had the same age children. We both smoked cigarettes, both stay-at-home wives. She stalked me. I would walk, because we lived in a unit complex, I would walk my client that I would have for the day. I would walk my client to the curb, the end of the complex, because it was nighttime and I lived in the ghetto essentially. Like, I lived in a bad area, but I wanted to make sure my client got to their car and so on and so forth. I would walk back to my house, I would see her front porch come on, she'd look out the door, go inside. And she would, within minutes, post a status on Facebook saying, you know, having your friend say you're friends, but she invites people over without introducing you. These are no word of a lie, you ask my husband. And she did that every time I had a client, when I would have maybe 3 or 4 clients a night or whatever it might be. So she did that a lot. And then she went and started doing the same thing as me. She started doing lashes. Okay? Fine, do lashes. I'm still, you know, trained in what I'm trained in. She could never have the training that I had because I went to a specialized program, and that doesn't really matter. With every price or every idea that I had within my business, creative or, you know, financial or whatever it might be within my business, she would then copy it but also lower the price. I had put our complex, our street, our whatever as the Google, and then I would say my, you know, just how to work, right? And she went and knocked that off and did the same thing. By the end of it, I was getting really frustrated, and I would just say to her privately, like, look, I have no issue with you doing lashes. I'm not going to stop you. You need to provide for your family, and I'm completely aware of that. And I'm, you know, it's like saying that 2 supermarkets can't be next to each other. This doesn't work that way. My work's going to prove something. But when she started poaching clients of mine, and when she would send me, I would send something to her about it, and she would send me some sort of passive aggressive thing my way, in the way she would say, oh, you know, I don't know what you're talking about. I've always had a passion for makeup and lashes and, you know, yada, yada, yada. And send links or send information that filled her narrative, that would make me, if I continued, look like the bad guy, okay? Now, this got to a point where my Instagram with my work was being followed by LA Lashbox, and people were very interested in the way that I worked. I was being promoted. I was, you know, all these sorts of things. And I was asked to do further training within lash lifts and things like that. Now, I'm rambling, but there's a point to this, okay? She hacked my Instagram and changed my Instagram password. Then when I went onto my Facebook account, this is partly why I do not have social media. As it went further along, I actually went into my Facebook and I was messaging my best friend at the time, my husband, you know, my clients, letting them know everything that was going on. And my best friend at the time said, "It's her, isn't it?" And she said her name, and I said, "Fuck, you know, it is. I know it's her. I know it's her." She goes, "Go look at where the login is." The login come up as located in and with a device that was the same device as hers. It's all kind of concrete. But again, concrete but not concrete, so you can't say anything. Again, me, an idiot, would just be like, "It's not worth it, it's not worth it, it's not worth it." 10 minutes later, my friend said to me, she goes, "Oh, do you have the same password on Facebook as you do Instagram?" And I was like, "Yeah." She goes, "Go log yourself out and change your password." As she sent me that, 2 seconds later, I lost my Facebook. So I lost my Facebook, I lost my Instagram, both business and private, in that moment. And I built it all back up again, and it was about 2-3 months, and I kept going, and it just beat the life out of me in the end. Like, the constant, the constant poaching of my clients, I would take my business card into, a certain place at the shopping mall, shopping centre, then she would do the same, and I would start a bundle deal or a group club or a subscription or something like that. She'd do the same thing. Now, you can't get away from someone that lives across the fucking complex from you, can you? But when she starts doing everything the same as me, copying me essentially, undercutting me essentially, and having this narrative to the world where I'm not perfect, but I'm not that bad. I love my friends, and I'm this, and I'm that, and I'm real, and I'm all these sorts of things. The people that bark the loudest are the ones that you're not meant to trust. Okay? Now, the reason why I bring that story up is the situation that I've currently been in the past few days, past week, a bit more, has really brought me to this point where I'm like, okay, which way am I going to handle this? Am I going to handle this the same way as I did last time, whereas ignore it until it burned me the fuck out because I don't want to hold my tongue about certain things? Or am I going to stand up for myself and show people that Susan actually does have a backbone and does not need people to use me in certain ways to benefit themselves? Okay? Kind of gather people and know where I'm going with this. I've reached out to certain people who use my name and their title, piggybacking off my ideas, claiming it as inspiration. I can look past that. I think anyone can look past that because I think at some point since the beginning of time, we all get inspiration from things. Being spoken about my mental illness, putting it in a different point of view and kind of sticking up for me. I appreciate that, and I will always appreciate that. But you have to realize once you see the full picture of something, that's not what it is. And when I say you have to keep the same energy, you have to keep the same energy. When someone messages you via email asking you to not speak on my name constantly to garner views for your own channel because people see that you are relentless with speaking about somebody like Radiant Brit. You can no longer speak on the Not So Evil Stepmother. You can no longer speak on Samantha Sweets. You can no longer speak on Mandy. you're going to see me as the girl that cried on camera, the girl that is so vulnerable and so different on the internet that people, without sounding arrogant, are enjoying me as a human being on my platform to garner your self views. I can kind of look past all that and let it go. But when somebody comes to you and says, please do not do this, and you don't listen, you blow smoke up their ass and you don't listen, it's very reminiscent of situations that I've already been in. So I'm not blind to it, first of all. Second of all, I am not saying that anyone should not associate with her channel, anything like that. I will never say that. You will never hear those words come out of my mouth. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that if people want to use things for views, people want to use situations such as 99% of your tags are about me, okay, I'll cop it. But when you link a fucking tag, one tag, not two, one tag with my name and BPD in a video where you have not spoken on BPD, not gonna happen. Not happy about it. Don't appreciate it. So I go back to you and I say to you, I'm not happy with this. This is overstepping. This is uncomfortable for myself. I appreciate you. I appreciate the interactions we've had. I'm not here to expose vile, disgusting behavior. I'm not here to expose, anything overly terrible. Apart from the fact that when I say that to you, and you have the audacity and the cheek to send an email back to me completely dismissing me, tell me not to email you again, and then proceed to send me multiple emails after that explaining to me in not so concrete terms why you're using it and why you don't understand why I'm upset. I could be upset about the fact that it's raining today. That doesn't mean anything. What I'm upset about doesn't fucking matter. I'm upset about it, so don't do it. It's very, very simple. I might come across as aggressive and sensitive and whatever else to anybody in this video today, and quite frankly, I sincerely apologize, but there's no chance in goddamn hell I am going to let people email me and tell me that I don't know about YouTube and how it works, so I don't have a say, or I don't understand X, Y, and Z about why you did X, Y, and Z. First of all, I'm not a fucking idiot. Second of all, you basically admitted that you have used me for views and you have used my mental illness in your tags for views. Now, that is a tag that I have never seen. That has never been on the fucking internet. I don't even tag my own videos that way. If there's something about me talking about BPD, that is its own separate thing. What gave you the right to create that? And what gave you the right to dismiss me? What gave you the right to do that? There was no right, was there? And when I came to woman, and you made me feel like I was a moron, and you made me feel like just dismiss the kind Aussie girl, you got the wrong one. Because as much as I can be kind, I can stand up for myself, and I can see when people do not have good intentions for situations. My mental illness is not clickbait. My mental illness is not for you to speak on. Especially when you don't speak about me, but I'm in the fucking, my mental illness is in the tags. petty, small, whatever it might be. Grow your channel through the means of your own personality with commentary. All about it. All about it. But when someone that had a very honest opinion of you, which was 98% positive, is telling you that you are doing something that is upsetting them, that needs to come first before any sort of YouTube situation. Because that does not show good intentions with somebody, and I don't appreciate it. Because apart from you speaking on Radiant Brit, I was the only one speaking on her too. So you had someone in your corner, not in the way that we were ganging up on the girl, but someone that had a voice as well to say, where they couldn't pin me as a bully, because I'm not a fucking bully, and I've said things about Brit, but I've also said positive things about Brit. I used to be a bloody fan of the girl. Do you know what I mean? Can't pin that on me. But I'm not going to be seen as a sweet Australian girl that you can push to the side. And this might sound completely and utterly ridiculous and redundant and, quite frankly, a little bananas, because I'm not showing emails or screenshots or anything like that. And I won't be. There's no need to. But if you want to use situations and people for views and dismiss them in emails privately, woman to woman, then I'll do it publicly like you have. There is no hate towards you. There is no hate towards anybody. I will still continue to watch your content, most likely, your story times or whatever it might be, but I will not participate in this type of behavior. And I will not let another person with this mentality or these sorts of ways of working with people affect me in a negative way. It's not going to happen. And if this might teach me to be a bit more nasty, a bit more bitchy, a bit more something, fucking so be it. I really hope that people can see that you can like more than one creator. You can like me, you can like Tyra, you can like Radiant Brit, you can like fucking Kendall Ray and what's her name? Kendall Ray. What's the beef between them? Kendall Ray and Critical K. You can like us all. You can like anyone and everyone, you know, but what goes on behind closed doors is things that I like to keep behind closed doors. But when I'm being dismissed and disrespected, turn my camera on. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Bye.